Cheers, y'all.
Well. That sounds like a party just about to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Sounds like something. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza known internationally
Hi, Mom.
as the world-famous Smoking and Toasting. We are on location again. We're doing kind of an on-location tour. We had 3 on-location shows in a row, and this has been great fun. But I have to say, I'm super excited about this one. You say, well, but last week you did a barrel pick. You're excited about this one?
That was pretty amazing,
Well,
too.
it was amazing. But today, we are on location. My first time to be in here. I know you've been here before, Ian.
I came in to meet with Martin here just to kind of look at the place. It's a beautiful, beautiful little lounge.
Yeah.
And this view of it right here where I'm looking straight back at that humidor that's all glowing with lights, it's fantastic.
Yeah, right. It's sort of like, it's got that angelic thing going on. We are at
the light at the end of the hallway. Go towards the light.
We are at A1 Cigar Lounge in Houston. Yes, go towards the light. It will not disappoint you. A1 Cigar Lounge in Houston, Texas, which is our home city. And we are proud to be, kind of checking out some of the cooler places in Houston. And this one is definitely that. We have guests on the program. Mr. Trenton Smith from Oliva Cigars is back with us again, one of our all-time favorite guests. And by the way, I'll just say this. It's not just because you bring cigars.
Oh, come on.
That helps.
I know the truth.
That helps. But, and Ian, your short-term memory is much better than mine, so I'm going to ask you to introduce our other guests.
So we got Martin Scruggs from A1 Cigars, and are you owner?
I'm one of the partners here.
One of the partners here. Awesome. Okay. And then we have
Jonathan.
Oh, John. Yeah, I'm forgetting the last name. Sorry, my short-term lost it. Jonathan or Johnny?
Jonathan, yeah.
And the last name again, one more time? Patton, that's right. Okay, so I'm sorry. I totally lost it. I got one. I forgot the other. But we just met as you walked in. And by the way, you brought in this wonderful Woodson whiskey that we're sipping as we go along. It's fantastic.
And so you've already started. Usually we don't do the whiskey until later in the show.
It's research.
Okay, got it. Long as it's appropriate.
I'm researching the product.
As long as it's appropriate. This is show number 488. We are glad to welcome you to it. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We'll talk about all of those things today. And we do want to give a big thanks. I mentioned last week's show. We want to give a big thanks to our special guest last week because we had a panel of people that we thought had really good palates, and Ian, and we tasted what we wanted to choose for our barrel pick. So big thanks to Roberto Rivas, Joel Swift, Dominic Sung, Alan Denny, and Grego, who joined us
that was
on last week's show.
So fun.
We had a great time. And I'll just mention this. I know we have another whiskey with us today, but the barrel pick from O.H. Ingram that will be coming out soon, and we'll tell you when and how to get it. What you should know is that we had 5 samples, 5 different barrels we sampled from, and every single panelist picked the same one as their favorite. So it's a consensus pick for sure.
Yeah, all that
so
came to number 1.
We're excited about bringing that to you, but before we get there, we're going to be trying some of this Woodson bourbon. I'm reaching for the bottle here. It's a little further away from me, but it's Woodson bourbon whiskey, and obviously, the Woodson in question is a celeb of sorts, a guy that, was half decent on the football field. Yeah. Yeah. So Charles Woodson was, you see him there on the thing in that yellow coat, and that does not mean he works for ABC News.
That's right.
That means that he is a Hall of Fame inductee.
Absolutely.
And, you got to figure, if you get inducted to the Hall of Fame, in a sport where there's 32 teams and how many people are on an NFL roster? 52? Yeah. So that's a lot of people playing every year. The kind of sustained greatness that it takes to get elected to the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
This is the 0.001% I didn't really do the math. I was told there'd be no math on the show, so I just made that figure up. But suffice to say, most players do not get elected to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. And so he put his name on this whiskey. So I'll just, before we get too far down the line, how did this partnership with Charles Woodson come to be?
Well, that's my brother.
Oh, well, that helps.
Okay.
Kind of knowing.
No, so the most
a little
important, the most important question would be, has he ever let you put on that yellow jacket?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
didn't happen unless you have a picture.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
So
yeah.
we'll be
Charles
waiting.
had
We'll-
some
we'll-
longevity in,
we'll
in,
be-
in,
we'll be-
in NFL.
Yes, he did, and was a great player who was usually destroying the team I was rooting for at the time. So,
What team was that?
well, it varies. I'm a kind of a bandwagon fan, so I've jumped on and off.
Don't say the Bears.
No, not the Bears. I've never been a fan of the Bears.
I will say the Bears.
But I will say, I grew up in a house where there were two things that had to happen on Sundays. One was you had to go to church, and two was you had to watch the Dallas Cowboys. That's when I was growing up.
That's torture.
Yeah, I know. And the Cowboys game was rough too.
You still complaining about the ice bowl?
Oh yeah. But see, then later in my football fan career, I became a fan of Tom Brady. So suddenly I didn't have as big a problem with like things like the Ice Bowl because I had to justify the tuck rule. So I've still not figured out exactly how to do that, but anyway.
Can you say Deflategate?
No, I can't say that. That word's not part of my vocabulary.
Still not over that one.
Yeah, nobody is apparently. We're going to be trying some beers today. In addition to this, I'm really excited about trying this whiskey because, unlike Ian, I have not begun the research process yet, but I'll get there.
I like to be informed by the time we get to it.
I understand. I appreciate that about you're a guy that takes his work seriously.
Forward thinking,
I
yes.
appreciate that about you. We will be trying some beers though from DeProef Brewery in Lochristi, Belgium. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Could be Belgium, but anyway. We'll be trying something that is a gluten-free dry hopped lager called Greens. So we'll be trying that on the program here today. Also from Phase 3 Brewing, and it's a collab, Parish Brewing, one of our absolute favorite breweries out of Broussard, Louisiana. They have collabed on something called Pixel in the Machine. Phase 3 does an IPA series called Pixel. And of course, Ghost in the Machine started probably the most well-known Parish beer.
Right.
Beer,
And
they've
it's
done
brilliant.
different variations. So this is Pixel in the Machine. It's a double dry hop hazy double IPA. The Phase 3 guys are from Lake Zurich, Illinois, and Broussard, Louisiana is home to the guys from Parish. So, and then Ian brought a stout, which he just handed me. I don't know anything about this, Ian. This is a Dragon's Milk triple mash. Do you know? Can you tell us about this?
Well, Dragon's Milk, of course, is from Michigan, if I remember correctly. It's hard to read on this. But this particular bourbon barrel aged triple mash is coming in at a paltry 17%.
Okay, well, this, I knew when I asked you to bring the stout this week because you told me, hey, I've got a good stout. I was like, okay, why don't you bring it? I knew it would clear 15 easy.
Yeah.
Because I
me.
know you. I've been around you for a while. We are tasting, of course, this Woodson bourbon whiskey, and I'm excited about that. And there's a lot to talk about and be excited about.
There's a lot going on today.
There really is. We have. Do you have you have your ukulele, so I can do the teaser headlines for both the Drunken Fact and the segment we do in the second hour of the show called Drinking News. Our Drinking News teaser headline is, excuse me, waiter, there's a fly in my soup. And our Drunken Fact, we'll do that in just a moment here, but we do have a teaser headline for it. And our Drunken Fact teaser headline is that thunder or just horny fish? I promise I will deliver on that teaser, by the way. Just telling. Some good cigar news. I think teased this a couple of times and haven't gotten to it, but we did get a big legal win for cigars, which is not always the case. So we have to celebrate those when they come along. And we'll also be talking about, just anything we can sort of think of to throw into the mix. But in addition to Oliva Cigars, we'll be talking about the best beer for your barbecue. We'll see if we agree with the experts.
All right.
The best beer for barbecue. I have a feeling we probably won't. But
I believe the best beer for my barbecue is in my refrigerator.
I think you're probably right about that.
I would say a cold one.
Cold, yeah, absolutely. So we're excited about that. Ian has already poured the beverage of mystery. So what we'll have to do is we have a recording, and since we're on location, that'll be put in post. But part of the recorded intro for the beverage of mystery, for the beverage of mystery. Is that the one with the fanfare? Now I'm confused.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Beverage of Mystery has the song, but
ominous
it says
sound.
Beverage of Mystery.
Right. All right. So
that's right.
We'll leave space for that to be put in right.
You'd figure 400
here.
some episodes, we'd know this, right?
Yeah.
Looks like
We did not leave space last week.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So it's time for
The Beverage of Mystery.
that should give us enough.
Yeah,
time
close
to do
enough.
post. Yeah.
That's good.
So beverage of mystery is where one of us brings in a beverage of some sort. Sometimes it's a canned cocktail. Sometimes it's a seltzer. Occasionally it's a beer. Sometimes it's something even weirder. Sometimes it's Malort. And I was worried because Ian is bringing in today's beverage of mystery. But clearly, if this is Malort, they have gone to a new coloring scheme. So
It'd have to be grapefruit Malort.
the only one of us that knows what this is until the reveal is the person what brung it. That would be Ian today. And so, you guys, this is your time to maybe test the nose on it.
Approve or disapprove.
Take a little sip. I told these guys before we started the show how the beverage of mystery works, and that it is every once in a while actually pretty good. Most of the time, not so much. But we'll see.
Well, Trenton already noticed that the beverage of mystery looks like it needs a little umbrella.
Oh, it needs more than an umbrella.
Be somebody.
What is going on there?
A lot.
Yeah,
A lot is going on right now. But you're right.
and none of it good.
It needs an umbrella.
Will that make it better?
It might.
If the umbrella slipped around the glass and stopped you from being able to drink it, it
Yeah.
would be perfect.
Yeah, or if you accidentally swallowed the umbrella and started choking, that might even be preferable. Ian, this is terrible.
It's god awful.
I mean, seriously, what is that aftertaste? I don't think it's the Carcina sweet aftertaste.
No,
because
it's just not
No,
good
there's
quality.
too much tartness to.
Very tardy.
tartness is the best thing about it. The rest of it is awful. What are we drinking here? Do you have? Is that
Now I
a
got to
beverage of mystery in your pocket?
Oh, you haven't tried it yet?
Is that a beverage of mystery in your pocket,
You're
or are you
smart.
just happy to see us?
Okay, the look on the
Martin,
face
you ain't trying?
was totally
Priceless.
right. Okay. So what we're having here is, by the way, 16% alcohol by volume. This is Big Sips,
Big sips.
Sips
With a Z on the end.
Yeah, of course,
Even-
yeah.
and the flavor here is Warheads Sour Wild Watermelon.
Oh, okay.
I like Warheads.
So I like Warheads, but yeah.
I think they missed it.
No.
Wow.
You know, and it just, and I've said this before, but it always amazes me that there had to be a panel of people that sat down and said, yes, that's the flavor, go with it.
Yeah. Well, I
You
think
know,
in this case,
what is going on there?
in this case, they found out it was Pete Hegseth's favorite drink, and so they said, "Okay, it's Warheads." Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
this was picked
it's
up.
bad.
This was picked up at the local liquor store just for fun.
It's bad, and we'll tell you how bad it is when we come back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It is Smoking and Toasting. We are on location again this week, and very excited to be here because this place is awesome. It is the A1 Cigar Lounge in Houston, and Ian, you can't really see it, although we'll probably do some B-roll. But Ian, from where Ian's sitting, you look right into the holiest of holies, which is in fact the
beautiful humidor at the end of the hall.
But you've got like some really cool lighting going on in there. I don't think I've seen a humidor using that
The
kind of
undershelf
shelf
lighting
Yeah.
is really nice. Yeah, it's
Very
really,
cool.
really tastily done. It literally looks like that should be a picture. Like that picture should just be on my wall.
Yeah. I'd rather just
aura
have,
to it.
I'd rather just
Yes.
have that as my wall.
Go towards the light.
Yeah, that's what I would be.
No, it's nice because you walk in from a bright outside and you walk in, it's a little dimmer in here, so your eyes are adjusting, and then you turn a corner and there that is. And it's just looks great.
All right. So we're thrilled to be here. Really enjoying Oliva Cigars. I'm going to talk about those and what's going on at Oliva in a few minutes, because for a company that didn't always release new cigars like all the time, like it's not like Rocky Patel. He's like oh my God, it's 3 p.m. I got to release a new cigar. Oliva, and there's no bashing of Rocky, he makes good stuff, but Oliva was always much more careful and considered in their releases. But of late, you guys have been releasing some interesting stuff. Not all cigars, some of it's like accessories.
Accessories.
Stuff, right?
Lam, we came out with a new line called Essentials, and it's very well priced. Cutter is $24. We have a single, double, triple, quad lighters, $35 to $50, and they're really
They're beautiful.
They're doing really well.
You know, like these are the kind like when you pick it up and you put it in your hand, like you can feel that quality. Like you know, you pick up a good tool and you can just tell.
Oh yeah.
Like this is the triple or
just
quad
mention-
flame.
That's
I will just mention, by the way, that I still have and use all the time my favorite lighter. It's fading, but that's because I use it so
I've
much.
got it too.
It's the Oliva lighter, and I got this because I ran into Trenton at the Oliva table at a cigar event, and I think I bought like a box and got some free cigars and this. Or I bought this and got the free cigars.
I'm good to admit I got this without buying the cigars.
Oh, yeah.
Each of these,
Again, I point out that we like stuff like that to happen for Terry because it keeps the producer from asking
Got to
for
keep
a
the
raise.
producer happy.
Yeah, that's right.
so a couple things about these. Each one of these has a punch built into the bottom of it. So,
yeah.
you know, unless you're smoking a torpedo, you've got a way to open up your cigar no matter where you are, as long as you have the lighter with you.
And that's a 3-barrel there. That's
Right.
really exciting.
And
I
then,
also like the fact that you can hold your cigar.
yes,
in
each
there.
one of them has a cigar rest built into it.
I love it.
That's really
Even the
nice.
cutter
Pretty
has
clever
cigar.
there.
Yeah, this one has a punch on the top of it too.
Yeah, genius of design. I love it. All right, Terry,
It's my favorite lighter.
let's do the drunken fact. That means you have to introduce us.
And now it's time for another smoking and toasting drunken fact.
So that's the one where we insert
After
the
fanfare.
The fanfare, right? Which it's a shame we can't hear because that always makes this.
No, but last time Roberto sang it for us.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
That held the spot
Fair enough. Fair enough.
on the tape for me.
Fair enough. So the drunken fact is where we find a fact that we know to be true because we have procured it from the internet, and everything on the internet is always true.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, these are actual facts, though. These are not parodies or made up. Here's your drunken fact for today. If you're ever swimming in the Hudson River in New York, first of all, what is wrong with you? Get out of there now while you can. But if you are swimming in the Hudson River and you hear what sounds like thunder, it's probably just horny fish. The Hudson is full of sturgeon, a fish species that makes a low rumbling thunder sound when they're mating.
Interesting.
Only when they're mating.
Only when they're mating. Yeah.
Only when they're made.
Yeah. I usually try to go for like a Barry White impression.
Well, yeah.
You know, like, hey baby. You know.
Only when you're mating?
Usually that's when I'm trying to make. An idea that, you know.
So we were talking about Seinfeld earlier. Remember when Kramer was swimming in the Hudson?
Oh, no, I don't know that one.
Yes.
Oh God.
There is a Seinfeld for everything.
For a show that was about nothing, they sure covered a lot
They
of
could
ground.
have asked us.
They sure did. Well, okay, there's your drunken fact for this week. Tune in next week for next week's show, and we'll have another drunken fact for everyone.
Make you the life of the party.
So let's talk about Oliva Cigars. I just want to mention to you, Trenton, I'm such a fan of your Serie V and of the Serie V Milano, which are like one of the best cigars
Absolutely.
in my mind in the world. But what was interesting to me is that not too long ago, Ian reviewed on the show one of your Serie O cigars. And I have, you know, I've certainly smoked them in the past, but it had been a while since I had one. And Ian was so effusive about how much he loved that cigar.
Well, it was the same for me. I love the Milanios and the Serie V in general so much. So I always buy some variation of the Serie V when I'm buying cigars. And I forget about the Serie O, and I ended up getting a taster pack that had the Serie O in it. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I've ever reviewed that cigar.
And that's the original.
And so I sat down and spoke, and I went, I forgot how good this cigar is.
Well,
and
and after you did that review, I went out and got one and smoked it, and I was like, "Oh man, why do I not smoke?"
yeah,
this
why do I let it
particular
sleep on me?
cigar
It's
all
a
the time?
great
Yeah.
cigar.
So there you go. not only is the, the sort of top of the line, Melania, thank you.
Love it.
And you pass those over. By the way, this is not the only reason we have Trenton on the show, but it's certainly up there. Yeah. But do not sleep on the Syria.
When you have a friend that shows up and just stacks boxes of cigars in front of them,
I always joke that as a kid, I had to give away things to make friends, so it kind of adapted to my adult life.
Terry, you should know that Trenton is never the guy who ran late. He's always just the guy that brought cigars.
That's right.
And so with
Absolutely.
that, we'll take another.
Absolutely.
We'll take another break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Oh, that was nice and crisp. I like that. And hopefully this will be a nice crisp lager because we're trying this lager from Belgium and from the DeProef Brewery. It's called Greens. It's a gluten-free, dry hopped lager. And I have high hopes for it, actually. So we'll be sampling this one, and then we're going to talk cigars a little bit more with Trenton. But Ian's going to pass these around, and we'll try this first.
there you go.
And this is, well, at least visually, it looks like a lager. I mean, it's about the right color of pale straw, and
It's not pink.
Oh, it
not
smells
pink. That's good.
It smells
And
good.
I'm betting it doesn't have that aftertaste that the beverage industry had. Yeah, if it does, this beer will not last very long.
It says light body, crisp, hoppy, citrus finish. Greens gluten-free dry hopped lager
It is all
coming
of
in
those things.
at
So-
4.1%.
Dry hopping obviously is something that happens very frequently with IPAs, but it's a little bit less likely. You're a little bit less likely to see a dry hopped lager. So, Ian, you've already started your research, so I'll let you go first.
It has no body whatsoever to it.
Oh, you're right, but it still has substantially more body than like a Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, but that's putting the bar pretty low.
Yeah, I got you. It also has quite a bit of flavor. There's a real sort of a hop snap on the end, would you say?
This, I'm sorry, go ahead. This to me tastes like, there was a craze a couple years back where everyone was making hop water.
Yes, I remember
This
that.
tastes just like that. Like Lagunitas made one, and St. Arnold's makes one. There's
Yeah.
quite a few of those. This
The
tastes
Lagunitas
like that.
one was fantastic.
I'm not really, I don't think I like this.
Nah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I think the
But you're
finish
right
is
about
a little,
Lagunitas. They did make one when I was up in Green Bay. I had a bar in Green Bay, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And I wound up getting some from Lagunitas, and
I
it went
remember
well,
liking
but
that.
Not this one.
This I don't like.
yeah. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down as well. It's not terrible. It's not like the beverage of mystery, but it's it's drinkable. But as lagers go, or even dry hop lagers, I think there are better ones out there.
I agree. If
But,
you want something this sessionable, and you can find some gluten-free beers that are actually pretty good, but yeah, this is just missing a lot of flavor up front, and then the bitterness on the aftertaste is a little pine coney to me. It's like,
Yeah,
but not in a good kind of way.
yeah, I
So.
agree. It's not as balanced as I would have hoped.
I do kind of like it. I mean, as far as it's kind of crisp, and if I was, out by the pool, be easy to slam one of these.
You would want this as cold as you could get it.
Yes,
This is
absolutely.
not-
Oh
not
yeah,
one that would work well if it's
absolutely
warmed up.
no question about that.
I feel like, yeah, if it warmed up a little bit, it would just turn into bitter water.
No, yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and I guess so. Bitter can be a great thing in beers. This one strikes me as bitter and not necessarily
Not in a good way,
A great
no.
way. Yeah, I agree. And Ian pointed out after the beverage of mystery that the whiskey is actually a wonderful palate cleanser. So I'm going to see how it does for the.
So, not to give it away when we seriously dig into talking about this whiskey, but it is fantastic.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's
you.
spoiler alert. It's really, really good, and so we'll talk about that a little bit more. But back to Oliva Cigars for a moment. Trenton, obviously you guys make great cigars. There are lots of companies out there that make good to great cigars. Why do you think Oliva has become as popular and successful in the cigar world as it has?
Well, it started with consistency and in just the product and the price. It's a very good product for a very good price. and that started with Jose Oliva, and we were bought by a Belgium company, and they just totally put a bunch of money into our infrastructure, new factories, new warehouse, new offices, and it's just up the ante.
The Belgians do a lot better job with Oliva than they did with this beer. This beer is also from Belgium, and there you go. But no, you guys, honestly, you've been consistent for a long time, and we've talked about this when you've been on the show before. We talked about how reasonable the pricing is on Oliva cigars, and then we've asked you to please not say anything like that to your bosses.
So one of our most popular cigars is the 135th anniversary.
That's a
and it's a Series V, and it's $13.50.
You actually
limited release.
You actually debuted that on our show.
I did.
And it was amazing. I've
Yeah.
been raving about it, and I keep buying boxes of it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going
we
to say
can't keep it in the humidor here.
It's so good.
It's flying off the shelf.
it's
How many
something-
did y'all make?
It's different every year.
Yeah.
So it's a
Well,
yearly release.
when it debuted though, it was a single run,
Yep.
and they were
Right.
making
It was
X amount of
so
boxes.
popular.
And apparently it was so popular that you guys put it in full production, and it's a go-to for me. Absolute. Plus,
So
it
now-
looks awesome.
Let's
Now-
talk FIFA.
Yeah, so Trenton brought in this really interesting sort of cigar box humidor, and I was like kicking
It's
it around the store here before we got started, and all of a sudden a whole bunch of cigars came out, and I was like, this is the best soccer ball ever.
So this is limited release again. It's the Milano Double Toro, Natural and Maduro. And this is in stores now. And we're just gearing up for the FIFA World Cup.
Now, a lot of the limited releases you end up doing are you take a blend that you already have in your stable, and you do a neat or an interesting or different style or shape of it. So, like the Double Toro is not normally in your line, for instance.
It
right?
is.
Oh, is it?
It
Okay.
is. Yep.
Okay. Then I was wrong on that. But I know the 135th was a different shape, and then you had the 23rd, the 2023 version was the little Perfecto, and then you've had a few of those.
Yeah, we started in 23, and every year since, it's a new shape.
Right.
So a long time ago, I stopped collecting cigar boxes because I had too many of them. What was I going to
Yes.
do with them, Right.
Burn
So,
'em.
but the problem is, when I would buy a box of Oliva cigars, especially that, the special versions that you put out, those boxes are so beautiful. I'm like, I got to come up with something else to do with this.
Look
because,
at the lid of this box.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
yeah, I mean that's craftsmanship.
The cigar boxes have always been a work of art, and it's just really cool to see the different companies coming out with different things. And the soccer ball is just really cool.
Yeah,
it is.
I want to come out
Agreed.
with football.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Actually, this is a
nice
football,
touch.
if you talk to most of the people in the world.
Not a U.S. football. So, by the way, Martin and I hit it off. He's not going to like this, but he went to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is where I grew up. And he played football for Lou Holtz, and he was on the national championship team.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and now, obviously, your brother is a
Go blue.
NFL star, and member of the Hall of Fame. I'm curious, when you guys were kids, was he like a amazing athlete kid, and you didn't even want to play ball with him
No,
because
everybody was competitive.
Oh, okay, all right.
Everybody. We got
Well, that's
an
good to
older
know.
sister Shannon. She ran track. She was a Razorback. Went to Arkansas. It started with her, and she was the fastest. We got an older brother Terry. Terry was an amazing athlete. They went to Fremont Ross in Ohio. Bad. He was bad at football. Terry played at University of Miami at Ohio. Terry was cold-blooded. The high school they went to, Fremont Ross. Terry broke all the records. Then you get Charles.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, what was it about Charles that leapfrogged all of that?
But mind you, Terry didn't play the second half his senior year.
Oh, okay.
The second half of games. He would have 200-300 yards in the first half of these
And
games.
they dressed him.
Oh my goodness.
He would play defense
Yeah,
on the second half of the games.
yeah. That's
He
college
still
football.
shattered
Yeah.
all high school records, right?
Yeah.
Then 5 years later, here comes Charles.
Wow.
and the coach at the time allowed him to play. So that's why Charles then shatters Terry's records.
Right. Because he got to play the second half.
He got to play the second half.
That's good to know.
But yeah, all around athletes, everybody. I mean, I played a little basketball myself, played football, high school, basketball, lettered in 3 sports, baseball a little bit here. And played in the NBA Development League. I did that. That was my
nice.
career.
Nice.
I'm like, these 2 guys right here, I got to compete with. They can't do this.
That's hard.
They can't be in basketball.
You gotta do something completely different.
You got to find your lane. That's
Yeah.
important. Yeah. So, well,
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was, never that good of an athlete, but I could crochet. Oh my God.
Those guys were my rabbits, man. I chased both of them.
That keeps you on your toes, I would guess.
I don't think you get a yellow jacket for crocheting.
Well, they're working on something
crochet
like that. But yeah.
It might be lavender.
Yeah, and it might be something you crocheted yourself.
That
would be, that would be part of it. So, what got you into the liquor space?
We've always been in the space. We've always been there. We're about 27, 28 years into the wine space, so that's where we first started. Charles gets drafted to the Oakland Raiders at the time. Their training camp was always in Napa Valley. So Charles seeing these
that's rough.
CEOs and say, you know what? When I'm done with this, I'm gonna be on that side. Pinkies up right there in Napa Valley. So that's when he found the love of wine.
Nice.
I wound up taking it serious probably about 2010. And, that was when I moved up to Green Bay. I moved up to Green Bay around 2010, into 2010, and just dove right in head first.
Wow, that's really cool. And then the spirits came after.
Came right around the pandemic, actually.
Really?
Everybody's home.
Yeah.
Everybody's home. So I told him in 2015, right before he retired, I said, man, we should get into the spirit business. And to be direct, we're gonna do whiskey and bourbon. That's where the Woodson bourbon whiskey come from.
Wow.
And
so when you got into the business, what did you do to find the juice that you wanted? Did you?
Oh, we traveled.
So you traveled and sampled?
We traveled, sampled. But once we got with Fred Minnick, man, it was a game changer right there.
Nice.
He figured it out, got the palates and stuff right, and it was a no-brainer for him. We first came out with a 6-month-old. We aged it ultrasonically.
Interesting. Okay,
that's cool.
That was a bourbon we had 6 months. That's what we started with here with Martin, and it took off. That first batch we did probably lasted, and mind you, this is during the pandemic. Everybody's home. I think we put it out, teaser out there that Sunday. Monday went full blast. By Wednesday, it was sold out.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's a good
Doubled
sign.
up again. Following week, did the same thing with batch 2. Batch 2 maybe lasted a week.
Jeez.
And then we just continued it. And when we brought them out, we did that with kind of through Charles's journey through football.
Right.
So we did that black and white bottle with the label. Then we did a Raider one, we did a Packer one, we did a Michigan one, and just every week at that time, sell out.
Now that's amazing because, and I'd be interested to know how you feel about this. Celebrity spirits, spirits that have a celebrity involved, or in this case on the label, sometimes are not great. I mean, do you guys have a grudge against Conor McGregor for dragging the quality of the average celebrity spirit down dramatically?
That whiskey's so bad.
Yeah, because that has to make it harder, right? People see this, go, he was a great
That's
player
Irish,
and all, but that doesn't mean that the whiskey is
This
good.
whiskey's
Yeah,
good. No.
yeah, and that's gotta be a hurdle you've got to get over in a certain sense when it comes to real whiskey aficionados.
There's a certain well, people in general, they're going to see the celebrity name and if they're fans, they're going to try it anyway, right? But getting into the whiskey crowd with it and going, no, this is actually good juice.
Right.
That's a whole different thing. This is delicious.
I mean, just like Charles, his career, played 18 years in the league, and the hard work he put in on the field, he put in his mind.
No shortcuts.
We put in there's no shortcuts to it. No.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a great product. This 5-year 90 proof. We just won the World Spirit competition with that.
Now,
That's a huge
That's a
thing.
blind test.
And that's
awesome.
Is there a more prestigious thing you could win
No, not in Spirit.
in the spirit world?
Not in Spirit.
I don't think so.
So you mentioned ultrasonic. Is that a new
It's an
process?
aging process. If you know what you're doing, you can hit a home run with it. But some
never
guys
heard
like
that.
it's frowned upon in the industry if you don't do it right, because you can easily mess it up.
Well, a lot of things should be frowned upon. I mean, although I think I have some advice for Conor McGregor and his whiskey. I think he should do the same thing. Terry was talking about this earlier before we started the show. The same thing that Malort has done. They've embraced their badness, right? They make it part of their marketing.
Yeah.
And so if he just changed the name of it to Improper Number 12, I might buy it. Just to have it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is, I can tell you from tasting it already, this is not your grandpa's celebrity spirit.
No,
Yeah,
this is something that's been crafted.
Yeah.
Question, like you have you had a couple bottles here. One of them's a sign bottle, which is pretty awesome too. Is this all the same juice that it starts with? Is it all the same mash bill and then aged differently or different
Right.
barrels?
Right.
Is that what's going on? So you start
Yeah.
with the same mash bill on everything, and
Different spices, everything. Yeah.
All right, so we'll come back and talk about this more. We got to take a break. We are on location at A1 Cigar Lounge in Houston. We're smoking Oliva Cigars. We're drinking some very fine whiskey, and we'll get you some more beers as the program continues. This is Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back, my friends. This is Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And there are plenty of those in the humidor that I keep sneaking peeks at over my shoulder here at the A1 Cigar Lounge in Houston. I just wanted to ask you real quickly before we sample this beer, which Ian's about to open with some fanfare. Okay, yeah, that worked. You've got a space next door to you here that looks like you're prepping it for something. What's going on there?
Yes, we're getting ready to expand to A1 Live. Basically, we'll have live music along with the cigars, expanding to a bigger bar. The location that we're in right now is our first establishment. So we're actually growing here in the Houston area. One of the things that make A1 what it is that we have great products like Woodson Whiskey, Oliva Cigars, that sell great in here, and we're looking forward to expanding the line. But just getting really adult, true cigar lounge, relax.
And I should
enjoy
mention
yourself.
you guys have a full bar as well.
Yes.
Not all cigar lounges do, so
Yes, definitely.
that's a matter of licensing,
Yes.
as it turns out.
And being able to have the Woodson Whiskey, we had Woodson Wednesdays with the old fashions and
Nice.
things of that nature. It was a great partnership, and so we like to partner with great products here at A1.
I absolutely love this whiskey. We'll be talking more about that, but it's beer time. Ian has poured some Ghost in the Machine and Pixel collaboration here. Pixel in the Machine. It's a double dry hopped, hazy double IPA. I think it's around.
Pickle.
What is the, Ian, does it say the ABV on the can there?
the ABV on the can is not on the back, not on the front.
This is very Ghost in the Machine.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic.
Very Ghost in the
It
delicious.
really is. And, you know, I should point out for those of you who are not as familiar,
8%. There it is.
8%. Okay. So,
I can do this. Yeah.
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 So this is, you know, most IPAs run in the 7%. So a double kicks it up to 8 in this case. But I should point out that for those of you who are not as familiar with the show, when it comes to IPAs, I like almost everything. Ian, very picky about his IPAs. So when I get him weighing in on something as being fantastic, I know that we've really done something good.
The
here.
balance on this is incredible. The aftertaste, the finish, everything about this is. I love the minimalist carbonation in it.
Yep.
It really gets the juicy parts of this. My whole mouth is watering just after each sip. And also, being a double hazy, it doesn't argue with the cigar at all. I don't
Which
know.
is interesting because a lot of IPAs do. I
Right.
love them, but there are some that I will not drink when I'm Even if I love them, I won't drink them if I'm having a cigar.
And though I don't think it's the best match, they don't seem to interrupt each other at all. So it's really, really nice.
Agreed.
So I would
You've got
drink this
a
floating
little
down the river.
background in the beer business as well, don't you?
Yeah. Created I called it Cover 2L. I had a red L I did up in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
and it went over well out there. Did a lot of competitions. Leinenkugels ended up taking it. So that was a good partnership.
Oh, nice.
I did with them.
Leinenkugels is huge in that part of the country.
huge.
They're like, for those of you who are from Texas, that's kind of the shiner of that area.
Yeah,
you
in
know?
Texas, the only Leinenkugel we ever see is the Shandy, right?
Right, yeah.
But they make
Summer Shandy.
they make other beers. And
They do. They have a full line, I think,
Yeah.
of beers. If you go on their website and check it out, it's a pretty robust lineup of beers.
I just
Yeah,
like
Cover
saying
2L.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also fun to say yes.
That's like that old Letterman gag. I don't have a joke here. I just like saying Leinenkugels. Yeah. It does sound like it should be some sort of like a Jewish casserole instead of a beer. But you know what? We'll take it. I like a good kugel and I like a good Leinenkugel. So.
Yeah, I backdoored that with an IPA.
Yeah.
Speaking of IPAs,
Yeah.
I did that one with Fox River Brewing. That was I called that one the Interception IPA.
Nice.
So a lot of it was built around football.
Yeah, a lot of
Right,
football
right,
themes.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And
sure.
people ate it up.
So, what is the coldest game you ever attended at Lambeau Field?
Negative 20.
Oh, good grief.
And people are playing football. Like, if it's like even 20 degrees outside, and I bump my hand against the doorway, I'm like, ow! Like, I can't imagine being tackled by, some of these amazing athletes in minus 20, where the ground is completely
like
rock
concrete,
frozen.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, that takes a special. It's why it's always fun to watch games that are there in the winter, because it's like, wow.
What's the coldest you played in?
I would have to say the Penn State, when we play Penn State at
I
home.
remember that game.
Very cold. But the coldest one I attended just recently was 2 years ago when we played Indiana in the first playoff game at home. It was pretty cold that night also as well. It was a night game, freezing cold. Needless to say, I had to leave halfway through to warm up for a nice cigar. That's South Bend. So.
It's also interesting that when you go up north, you have these big open air stadiums everywhere, right?
Oh yeah.
Home field
And it's
advantage.
that cold. You come down
Absolutely.
to Houston, we're going to air condition you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, if it's more than 80 degrees or less than 40 degrees, they shut that roof right away. None of the Texans players want to play in that kind of.
We're playing temperate here, my
that's
friends.
right. That's
I
right.
used to make a joke about that. I felt like they got it right with the Astrodome. They just don't ever need to open the
I don't think
top
I've ever
here
been to a
ever.
game
Yeah,
that-
they
with
just
the
don't,
Astros.
and I just feel like they just don't ever need to. And they used to let it open, I think, to try and let the sun shine in on the field. But I think it's AstroTurf now, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think
It's not.
we were. It's not.
grass.
Oh, it's still grass.
Yeah.
And then that's the only reason they open it. Literally,
well,
that's the only reason they
Just
open
to
it.
let the grass grow.
Just to let the grass
Yeah.
grow, and that's it. Because
I always
Well-
know it's grass because my daughter sang the national anthem with her choir a couple
Nice.
years ago.
Nice.
And I was
And
on
it's
there, I'm
still
like, oh,
grass.
this is
Okay,
nice.
good.
And funny to know, AstroTurf got its name because it was in the Astrodome.
Astrodome, yes.
right.
Exactly.
That's right.
100%.
That was really
Fun
hard.
fact.
100%.
That was brutal.
Yeah. So I will tell you about going to see football games in the cold in New England when I lived there. When we come back, because I have a story that I think is pretty funny that I'll share with you. But we will also be getting into a little bit more tasting. We still have a stout to taste. We're going to continue to taste this whiskey. Notice how we didn't wait on the whiskey. That tells you something about how good this whiskey is.
Research, man. You can't do enough research.
That's right. And we'll be doing more. Plus, Drinking News is right around the corner. This is Smoking and Toasting. We'll be back with Hour 2. Welcome back. It's Hour 2. It's Smoking and Toasting. We're on location at the A1 Cigar Lounge in Houston, Texas. And we're sipping Woodson Whiskey. And we were talking about cold weather football games and you attending some games up in the frozen tundra at Green Bay. I was at a a game where it snowed. When I lived in Boston, I went to see the Patriots play at Foxborough, and there was snow on the ground and snow falling. But my best snow memory was I was with a group of guys that we were on a business trip to Los Angeles, and it was during playoff time. And that was the playoff game with the famous tuck rule thing that happened with the Raiders and the Patriots, right? So that game was in New England, and it was snowing like nobody's business at that game. And I was sitting with the guys I was with in a little bar on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles. And we were watching the game on one of the TVs, and we were all from Boston. So we're all cheering on the Patriots, and pretty soon people sort of realized we must be from Boston, and they're looking up at the game, and it's snowing like it's never snowed before. And people were looking at us like, you live there? Like it was Siberia. It was just like, in LA, they just do not understand.
76 and sunny, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So
all year long.
But that was quite a game. We were the only people in the bar who were in favor of the referees invoking the tuck rule. Everybody else thought it was absolute BS, and pretty much still do. But
it was the absolute wrong call.
Yeah.
Y'all got away with that.
I think even Brady admitted, hey, I fumbled, but it was too late.
On the show with him and Charles, he admitted.
He did admit it. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
You're talking about the frozen tundra up there. One of my brothers lives in International Falls.
Oh my God. Is that the coldest U.S. city, or is it?
The continental United States is the coldest average place. And I pulled up to his house after driving. It's only like 3 roads, by the way. You go 45 to 35 and then 51, and that's it. Like you land there. And I pulled up into his driveway right next to the 4 feet of residual snow in the yard. Mm-hmm. And I'm not joking. It was piled up like this. My dog got out of the car and ran up in it, looking all happy, and then started post-holing.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
She was so lost. She's like, what do I do?
I will say, I lived in Boston for 7 years, enjoyed my time there, but as someone who was born in Texas, it did take some getting used to, even though it's not as cold as International Falls. But I would still go outside and have a cigar in 0 degree weather.
Oh, I go up and visit my nieces and nephews, and they're running around outside barefoot, playing in the snow. I'm like, what is going on?
I had a guy that worked for me there that wore shorts year round. It didn't matter how cold it was.
Part of the culture up there.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they say you get used to being cold, and they say that, but I've lived in Houston, Texas my entire life. I'm still not used to being hot. It's just always hot, and it's never not hot, and I'm still not used to it, and I still don't like it, and I still go to the AC.
Nor will you get used to it.
Yeah, I did 10 years in Green Bay. I never could get used to that.
Yeah, see? Yeah, exactly.
I will say that when my brother comes down to visit, if it's 85 degrees outside, I'm not even sweating. And he's like,
dying.
ooh, it's hot. I'm like,
people, when I lived in Boston, summer would come around and people would be like, oh my gosh, it's 80 degrees and it's so humid. And I had moved there from Houston, and I was like,
your lips are chapped.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, no idea.
See, we can instantly tell when the humidity goes up or down by 2% because it starts raining or it stops.
Yeah. But I will also
slice
tell you,
the air.
I'll also tell you, cabin fever is a real thing.
Oh,
Yes.
I visited Chicago one year, right at the beginning of spring, and it was the first kind of nice weather day after a long and brutal winter. I'm not kidding. If there was a patch of grass outside, there were 50 people on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, people had such cabin fever. They were so ready to get out and, stand in the sun.
And the lack of sun.
Yeah.
That's
and
hard.
Yeah.
I assume that's
We
why
don't have that here.
That's why
No.
Michigan brews such good beers because you got to have something to do all winter, right?
Well, and one good thing about living where there's lots of snow is if you're having a party, you can put your beers out in the snow and it keeps them nice.
Big time.
Yeah.
Nice and
I was visiting some family in Pennsylvania, and I went and bought a bag of ice. for the beer, and it was pointed out to me that we just needed to leave the cooler open.
As long as the beer doesn't freeze.
That
Because it will freeze.
It will.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Trenton Smith with Oliva Cigars is here with us. Trenton, you guys have some kind of a competition coming up?
We
What
do.
is this all about?
We have the Cigar Smoking World Championship coming up, and I've got the only one in Texas. It's going to be at Pipe World in Round Rock, Texas, July 8th. And the whole concept is you get a cigar, everybody has the same cigar. I think it's a 6x46, so it's not a very big cigar. You get 2 matches, and the last man standing wins
With a lit cigar.
with a lit cigar.
Okay.
So
So you have to smoke it the slowest?
yeah.
Oh, is that what it
You
is?
just have to keep it going. And
So it's not like the hot dog contest where you have to smoke as many cigars in 2
We're not
seconds as
doing
you
a Joey
can.
Chestnut.
That's the competition I'm putting on
Yeah,
later this year.
exactly.
What is it, like 75
Yes,
hot dogs?
something like that,
And
yeah.
buns.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Dude,
No
I
way.
eat 2 hot dogs and I'm wrecked for the rest
Same
of the week.
here.
Yeah.
You know?
How long do you think it'll take? How long
You
do
know,
you think it'll go?
this is my first
Over
time.
an hour.
The organizers are allotting like an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
And for a 6x46, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's smoking at I can't even imagine.
Are there
That's
rules
that's
on
a
letting it
glacial
go out?
smoking pace.
You just
right
have the 2 matches,
Take it-
right?
That's a glacial smoking
It
pace.
is.
right
But
there.
you have the 2 matches. The cigar can go out and you can relight it
Once.
once.
Yep.
Right?
Oh,
Because
okay,
you use the
once.
first match to light it the first time,
Yep.
and you have one more
Yep.
to like
So
touch
I'm
them
looking
up.
forward to that.
Wow.
I just wanted to say they're very friendly here at A1 Cigars. But if you come in and take 3-4 hours to smoke a cigar, they're liable to say, "Dude, I got to go home. It's dinner time."
Buy another cigar.
No, buy another drink.
Buy another drink. There you go. Speaking of A1 Cigars,
Grab another
and I don't know
Woodson.
if the camera can catch the logo on your shirt there, but we have a big logo of it on the back wall here.
I'll get a picture of it.
But there's a very, I'm going to say, sophisticated looking teddy bear with a little vest on, and he's got a fedora, and he's smoking a cigar. Is there significance to the logo?
There's some significance to the logo. Basically, what we were trying to do is as you know, females are coming into the cigar community in large numbers, and so we wanted to soften up the idea of the cigar lounge and making it a little softer. Also, you either love it or you hate it, but at least you're talking about A1 Cigar.
Sure.
And so it's a great time to communicate. You'll always remember, what was that cigar lounge, the one with the bear?
Right.
And so it has a lot of different ways of communicating A1 Cigar Bar and Lounge. But again, it was just to soften up the idea of a traditional cigar lounge to make it more female friendly. We're very friendly here, great ventilation, and we have a lot of female patrons.
The ventilation, by the way, we got all of us smoking cigars in here. There's 6 of us in here smoking cigars, and there's
Honestly,
haze
the air
whatsoever.
is clear. Yeah, it's
No
amazing. I
haze.
can look up at the light and see the light.
So I assume A1 didn't come from the sauce.
No, it didn't. So actually, the other partners are all from Detroit, so it's a kind of a Detroit, when things are top notch, they say, hey, it's A1.
A1.
Okay. I
And
like
so
it.
that's where the art came
Now, the bear, does he have a name?
He hasn't had a name yet. We're thinking about having a competition with our members to try to name the bear. So
Because
that's something.
I think it has to be something sophisticated,
Ted.
based on look. Well, Ted or Teddy seems a little too,
generic.
So, Thaddeus? I don't know.
Ernest.
Ernest? What would be a good name for the bear?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's always a conversation piece.
Yeah.
Always. Why the bear? Why the bear?
Yeah.
Bartholomew Doxakis is what I would say.
It's a mouthful.
Bartholomew?
we have a guy that works for Planetary Rum named Greg Doxakis. His nickname is Dox. He's been on the show probably as many times as anyone, and for some reason, after about the 9th or 10th time he'd been on the show, I introduced him as Andrew Doxakis, and that was just my brain fart. But now every time he comes on, we have a new name for him. So Bartholomew is the latest.
Yes.
He was supposed to join us last week for the barrel pick, but he wasn't able to make it. So we've taken that nickname and kind of stored it for
Yes.
the next time that he's on. So how long has A1 been here in this location?
We're in our 3rd year.
Okay.
In our 3rd year here in Houston, Texas. We just opened up a new location in West Houston. expanding over here, and so we're just really enjoying the community.
When you say West Houston, where's the second location? How more west is this?
In the energy corridor, so
Oh, okay,
Houston,
yeah, I get
so
that.
off of South Dairy Ashford.
Yep.
So hopefully in the next 4 weeks or so, we'll be opening up that location as well.
Nice.
Terry, I think you know this, but Houston is one of those rare cities where you can get in your car and drive for an hour and a half,
Yes.
and you're still in Houston.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So-
You're still in West. You're still in the
Yeah,
west
you're still
side.
in
You're
West.
still on the west side of town.
Well,
I mean, I
because
know.
of traffic, you've probably only driven a mile.
Yeah, that's right.
This is true.
Traffic.
Although I will say, Houston is not the worst traffic of anywhere I have lived. Just in my travels around the U.S., it's the third worst. Number 2 is New Orleans, because there's only one path in and out of the city.
Oh, if there's an accident on I-10, you're
Yeah, forget about it.
yeah.
And then the other is Washington, D.C.
Yes, I'm
Because
from DC originally.
wherever you're
Yes.
going,
Yeah.
you cannot get there from where you are. It's just
There's the thing about Houston that people don't understand though is even in the worst of traffic, you're probably moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. But traffic hour starts at about 3:30.
that's right.
Yep.
and ends at about 6:30, maybe 7.
Yeah.
And so it
A lot of people leave work early here in Houston
Yeah.
because it's freaking hot.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. It's too hot to work.
Don't let your air conditioner go out.
I can't work with that like this.
I agree with you also about New Orleans.
Yeah.
You coming out off either the puncher train or coming
Uh-huh.
back from the spillway.
Either way.
Either way,
Yeah.
you cooked.
Yeah. I when I was on the radio in New Orleans, a guy that was on the show and I, for Halloween, we dressed up in these big pumpkin costumes. We had a truck dump all these pumpkins in they call it the neutral ground, not the median in New Orleans. We had they dumped all these pumpkins out, and we went from car to car in our pumpkin outfits, taking. Handing out free pumpkins to people just as a publicity stunt, and then the cops came. So somewhere, I have footage of the other guy from the show, and me being arrested and handcuffed in our pumpkin costumes.
pumpkin cut.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently we were causing a traffic distraction.
Where was
arrested?
cops when you need them?
So they let us go, but they did go through the. Gonna have to put you in the patrol car thing. It was scary.
Did you fit?
As radio people, you're like, can we just get this on tape? Can we just get this on
Picturing them stuffing the pumpkin
Oh, yeah.
outfit
It
and
was-
you into the back of the police
Honestly,
car.
it should have been a reality show. 'Cause it
And
was-
then having to like shove the door shut to get it closed on your costume.
just think, if I'd been in a reality show when I was younger, I could be running for office today. That's true. That's a new prerequisite. That's a new prerequisite. We got to take a break. We will return. We've got to. I think it's maybe time to start talking a little more about this whiskey. We'll do that in our next segment. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting, on location at A1 Cigars in Houston, Texas. And one of your guys just walked by here with a bottle of whiskey that you told us during the break is Terry Bradshaw's whiskey.
Yes.
Have you tried it?
I've tried it. Actually, a good friend of mine's, Peter at Permission Whiskey here in the Heights here in Houston, Texas.
Peter's been on our show.
Oh, yeah? Okay, great. And so I was over there. We did a barrel tasting, a select barrel tasting that they're going to do over there. And actually, I don't know if I should be saying this or not, but he's going to be coming to town over there at Permission Whiskey to highlight the new whiskey and stuff like that. But it's great. It's very
How
great.
awesome was that?
Amazing.
I lived in a little
little hot,
town.
but
I lived in a little town outside of Pittsburgh from 78 to 85. Mm-hmm. And
So Bradshaw was like a god.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that was whole like who
I
else?
will say this.
Franco Harris, and
He-
Oh yeah,
Joe
Big
Green,
dogs.
and like
He-
all those guys were
Terry
on there.
Bradshaw was an incredible football player. I mean, he really was. Like all kidding aside. But I'm glad he's getting into whiskey because he really needs to step away from the television desk.
I disagree.
He's okay. Yeah.
100%.
See, here's the thing. He's only been on television for as long as I can remember. And my Terry Bradshaw story is that when I was a young boy, and I can tell this now, my grandfather, God rest his soul, has passed on. So no, this secret is no more. But when I was growing up, my grandfather had a toupee, and he lived in a very small town, and it was a very good toupee. Like, to the fact that when...
Is there such a thing?
He really did.
Dude, 2 words, William Shatner.
It was,
that man has the best
it was
toupees.
amazing to the point that people, even when he died, they were like, I didn't know he was bald. Like, they had... My own stepfather, when he married my mom, said to my stepmom, oh, and your mom is still... So this was years ago. Your mom is still so beautiful, and your dad still has a full head of hair. This is the kind of thing it was. But I knew his secret because I was a little boy, and, you know, when you're little and your grandfather didn't hide that, he'd put a ball cap on when he didn't have his toupee on, and he was mowing the yard or something, and I knew this. So one day we went to Texarkana. This is in northeast Texas by Parish, Texas. We went to Texarkana because he had to go to the toupee shop to get something done. And it was like something that they had done or get a new one or something. But he went and they had these little styrofoam heads that they would put the toupees on. Obviously they didn't look right, but you know, they'd be on there. And I walked in there and I started looking around at the different ones. And I looked at all these styrofoam heads, and I asked my grandfather, I was like, is that the football guy from TV? Every one of the styrofoam heads was Terry Bradshaw.
Oh my
It was made after Terry Bradshaw. I 100% am true. This is what it was. And I looked at him and was like, is that the football guy from TV? I mean, I'm that little. I'm like, you know, that under 10. And he's like, yeah, that is. It was Terry Bradshaw's head with every kind of toupee you could think of on his bald head.
Well, I would just say this. I've been watching him on TV forever, and I'm convinced that he believes that the more exotic names of some of the younger players coming into the league these days, I think he believes that's a plot against him. Because he can't pronounce any of them. None of them. And you watch the other guys, and they've all like done their homework and figured out the right pronunciation, so they're saying it correctly. Not Terry. Not Terry.
He was a speaker at a trade show one year. It was the RTDA back then, and probably the best speaker I've ever heard at one of those shows.
He actually is very good at that.
He actually said, you know, if you're watching me on TV and I look like I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm going to say, it's because I don't.
And that has to be what is
He's
appealing.
a realist,
Absolutely.
He is a realist. Him and my brother work together now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some bantering going on too.
I'd love to hear some of the behind-the-scenes stories from that. That would be good. If your brother's ever in town, we got to have him on the show.
That would be amazing.
To talk Terry Bradshaw stories and whiskey. And speaking of the whiskey, honestly, this is absolutely fantastic. Talk a little bit about what you're getting out of this, Ian.
So on the nose, first off, it's got a very warm, friendly kind of nose to it with like cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar almost going on. On the first sip, it hits your tongue with that cinnamon.
Yeah, the cinnamon is right up front.
It almost has a brownie batter, kind of like chocolatiness to it.
A little nutmeg, yeah.
Yeah, and then it rolls off into this beautiful finish that just lingers for a while with vanilla and almost a little powdered sugar, like confectioner's sugar kind of taste. It's absolutely fantastic.
A little oak.
Totally.
Yeah, you got a little oak on it.
Yeah, it's
Definitely wood.
It's
Caramel.
definitely got complexity to it.
Caramel is what I was looking for earlier. Thank you.
It's definitely got complexity to it, and I love my favorite whiskeys. Always are the ones that have a little more of that, you know, caramel, maybe vanilla, and this is really satisfying in that way.
The longer you let it linger too, the more wood you get on the palate too.
And-
It kind of
and-
develops.
And you mentioned that finish. It got a little pepper too.
Yeah.
Something
Yes, it
pepper.
does, and it's got a very welcoming whiskey hug
Yes.
at the end. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of times the whiskey hug can be awkward. In this case, it's
No,
not
it's
really
very
awkward
friendly.
at all.
It's very friendly. It's very familiar.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is what is a bottle of that retail for?
$40.
So you're not talking about
Coming in
a
at $40
super pricey thing.
for a stellar whiskey.
This is one of the things I love about whiskey is that even in this time of, you know, inflation's crazy, we're seeing, I'm a tequila fan, you're seeing bottles of tequila go blam, 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 higher and higher. But you can still find an amazing bourbon like this for $40 and under. It's really amazing to me how much great whiskey is available at this price. And this is a leader of the pack.
Other than A1, where can you get it?
It's a lot of places. I got a lot of accounts, man. Yeah, Specs.
Cool.
Specs is. I grew with Specs in every region now.
All right. Good.
Shout out to Specs.
All right.
Specs is our local here. Is Total Wine.
Yep.
Total Wine.
We got to take a break. We will come back. Drinking News, by the way, is next. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting on location at the A1 Cigar Lounge in Houston and having a wonderful time smoking Oliva cigars. I'll just say this. I can't believe how inexpensive these are. But don't tell anyone.
It's not butter.
Don't tell anyone. All right, we've come to that point in the show that people either dread or anticipate, depending on their level of mental derangement. It's time for Drinking News.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. A Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I had to take my gator to the vet.
Drinking news,
Beautifully done.
drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Well, Drinking News is where we bring you a story, or sometimes two, from the news, things that have actually taken place and been reported on in legitimate news media, whatever that is. But these are not parody stories. These are stories that are sometimes, but not always, about drinking, but always best enjoyed if you've been drinking. And certainly,
I have.
we qualify.
Yes.
Yeah, we qualify.
Cheers.
Well, here at Drinking News, we have to admit that we've become a bit obsessed with the state of Florida. Not only is it the home of the illustrious Florida man,
Florida man.
it's also the state with the second largest population of gators. Florida.
Whole bunch of gators.
Second
Florida's home
largest.
to approximately 1.3 million alligators. By the way, Louisiana's number one. But
right.
Florida's number two with 1.3 million alligators. Now, according to the latest census data, the Sunshine State has a human population of 23.4 million. So I don't like doing math, but I had a calculator, and that means that there's one gator for every 18 Florida men and Florida women in the state of Florida, which is why residents of the Sunshine State may find this interesting. According to a scientific report issued a couple of years ago, biologists can now tell us something that we did not previously know about gators. And that is, and I'm not making this up, this is science. Alligator erections are essentially permanent. Yes. According to scientists, gators are always erect. That's right. They have permanent gator boners.
They're like teenagers for life.
Now, in fairness, the gator wonder weasel is not always on display. The reptiles can keep it hidden inside an interior pouch until they're ready to use it, when it pops out into plain sight. So the gator schnitzel is not always visible, but it is always hard. Now, I'm not sure what you guys will want to do with this information, but here at Drinking News, we thought you should know.
Let me give you my gator.
But our main story today takes us all the way to the land down under, where farmer Reese Smoker, an Australian man, found something worse than a fly in his soup.
Oh,
It seems that Mr. Smoker was preparing a steak and salad dinner for himself and his roommates last month when he noticed some movement in the as yet unopened bag of lettuce that he bought from Woolworths in Esperance, Australia. And by the way, in Australia, Woolworths isn't like an old faded department store. It's like a grocery store. It's
a five and dime.
It wasn't like buying salad at Kmart. It was an actual grocery store. But Mr. Smoker, ever the sharp and observant man that he is, discovered that something definitely was moving in his soon-to-be salad, and it was a live frog. Now, I mentioned that he was a sharp and observant amateur chef. He told his roommates, and this is a direct quote, "Bro, I've got a lettuce, like a frog in my lettuce." Now, Billy Lapine, one of his roommates, described the situation to news reporters by saying, "It's quite a decent-sized frog for a big adventure. The bag of lettuce does have holes in it to keep the produce fresh, so the little guy had a snack and some air on his way over." The housemates freed the frog and named him Greg. Then they took him safely to a dam near their residence. "We got him some fresh air," they said, "and then he released it with the lettuce. We live close to a dam, so he had a little swim around with his lettuce, and then away he hopped." The roomie finished the news interview by saying, "I'm just glad Greg is back in his natural habitat." So while Smoker and his friends didn't wind up having their salad that evening, it's nice to know that Greg was okay. Of course, a frog in your salad is not good, which is the reason I never order salad at the Rainforest Cafe. But all in all, it could have been much worse. And to illustrate that point, our crack team of writers here at Drinking News have put their thinking caps on and then realized they looked pretty silly with those things on their heads, so they took them off. But they still managed to come up with a short report on how this could have been worse. And we've been able to compile it all into another completely unnecessary Drinking News Top 5 list. And against repeated government warnings, I'd like to share that list with you now as a purely educational exercise, you understand. This would be the top 5 things worse than finding a frog in your salad. Top 5 things worse than finding a frog in your salad. Here we go, number 5. Finding 2 frogs in your salad. A male and a female getting busy on the bed of lettuce.
Tossing the salad, as it were.
Oh, stop it.
Tossing the salad.
It had to happen.
I didn't put that in here specifically because I knew that that's where you would go.
Speaking of teenage boys.
Yeah, right. And alligators with boners.
They're just glad
Number
to see
4,
me.
showing up at your surprise birthday party to find that your friends booked Kanye and the Hitlerettes as the entertainment. Number 3, finding a ticket stub in your wallet for a Carrot Top performance that you must have attended during a drunken weekend in Las Vegas. Number 2.
Oh God, what have I done?
Number 2, finding a bottle of baby oil in your girlfriend's medicine cabinet that has a label that reads, "Property of Diddy." And the number 1 thing worse
He did it.
than finding a frog in your salad, number 1, finding a lobster on your piano and crabs on your organ. That would be worse, right?
Terrible.
Reporting live from Florida, where I think I'm being stalked by a gator that looks like it may have taken a shine to me. I think I may need to call a vet, a gator doctor, because I'm pretty sure this condition has lasted for much more than 4 hours. My name is Cruz, and that is your...
Drinking news, drinking news. That's our time for drinking news.
I'll tell you guys, it can be hard to find stories for Drinking News every week. But when you run across something about alligators having permanent boners,
I mean,
you
that
know,
kind- it
you
kinda
know there's
rates it.
something.
It kind of rates itself,
Yeah,
right?
you know there's going to be, something
Next
there.
time I see a gator, I gotta look. I'm gonna see if this is true
Excuse
or
me,
not.
could you turn over a little bit?
You know, growing up in the country, there was one time where I dialed the police station and let them know that there is a gator in my yard. That's,
And they were
That-
like, we're the
that's funny all
cops.
by
What-
itself.
They were the
Living
cops. Like,
Living
what
in
do you want us to
Florida,
do
I lived
about
in
it?
Florida, and we were hanging out, we were drinking and stuff like that. And all you see is the eyes, the shiny eyes in the creek, whatever, coming up. I was like,
You're like, have I had too much to drink, or is that like gator eyes going on over there? Yeah, well, at least it was just his eyes
Yeah.
that you saw, and not the...
I wasn't going in the backyard,
Permanent.
I know
Could have
that.
got a little closer and
Direction,
seen
yeah.
the boner.
now, that only happened once. There was a few times where there was a herd of cattle in my yard, to which the lady on the phone at the police station said, "Well, whose cattle are they?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, or I would have called them."
They were like, why do you keep... There's animal control, sir. You keep
Yeah.
calling the police. We're not going to put the cuffs on the cattle or the alligator.
Calls the next day, there's a bird in a tree on my yard.
That's the fire department.
Guys, I just want to go back to this whiskey for a minute because of how much I'm enjoying it. And the concept of this being like a $40 bottle of whiskey, this is like, we often say this, Smoking and Toasted directly influences sales. specifically because I'm going to be buying a bottle of this on my way.
Oh,
home.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's.
Absolutely.
So we know it influences at least some sales because
Appreciate the support.
absolutely. How long has Woodson Bourbon been on the market?
About 7 years now.
7 years. Wow.
Texas, we're at 3 years with Texas.
And where else are you available in the U.S.?
We're in 16 states now.
Oh,
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Florida, you mentioned the Gators.
Yeah.
We're in Florida.
good. Okay, that's good to know.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Florida,
Are
New
you
York.
in any online outlets where someone
Oh,
can
yeah.
order this as well?
Oh yeah, big
Very
time.
cool. Very
That's
cool. So
awesome.
look for
That's
it. Yeah.
where we just had the Michigan just won the title. You know, Go Blue. Mm-hmm. Big Michigan guy.
Yeah.
Can't say much about Notre Dame, but
Indeed.
Yeah. Well,
Go Irish.
listen.
but we are the official bourbon of the University of Michigan Athletics.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And Michigan had at one time the greatest second string quarterback of all time.
Tom Brady?
That's right.
Tom Brady.
That's right.
You know too much about that
He was-
guy.
well, yeah, I'm a little
Way
obsessed.
too much about that
Gators and Brady, I'm
Have
obsessed.
you seen the videos of his combine?
Oh yeah,
yes.
they're
Scrawny
They're
and-
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's scrawny and he can't run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And-
still wound
and
up
the goat.
becoming the greatest of all time. So
Except for Peyton Manning.
I know this isn't a sports show, but
Here's the thing.
them's fighting words.
Here's the thing, though. I've got to say they run neck and neck, but until Tom Brady gets a insurance commercial that we see incessantly, he hasn't caught up to Peyton Manning.
This
Not
is
yet.
true. Those were
There's not much Peyton
He needs-
Manning
yeah.
won't advertise.
He needs
And
something
really,
like that.
If I'm being honest, Brady's kind of the same way. He'll advertise
Yeah,
just about
exactly.
just about anything. When he did Subway, I'm like, okay, I know he's holding a Subway sandwich in this commercial.
There's no way he's
but I
eating
guarantee you he's never eaten one. Or maybe he did like back in college. That's why he looked that way in the
Remember
in
when Subway
the
was
film.
good?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It used to help you lose weight. It worked for that one guy. Oh, wait.
How's
Yeah,
prison
that-
working out?
Yeah, that's. I was watching some old Saturday Night Live clip, and they were doing
A Jared
like
skit?
a game. No, it was like a game show in the like a Celebrity Jeopardy type thing, and the question was about the spokesman for Subway, and somebody said Jared Fogle, and I was like, this was clearly before.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
The,
yes, yes.
Before the
That's right.
incident.
Remember, the
incident.
rule
Yeah.
is it was. I think Comedy Bang Bang was the one that set the rule. If you liked them before, you can still like all the stuff they did before. But once you found out what they did, you can't like anything that they've done since. That's how that works.
Ian, I think you have the final beer. Maybe you should break that out for us here so we can enjoy that. I don't know if we have enough time left
Yeah,
in
we've
this
got 3
segment, but
minutes.
we should be all right, I think.
I do, but I am
Are you without a
bottle opener.
bottle opener? Uh-oh.
Well, let me get one.
That's
oh,
fair.
Oh, there we go.
Trenton from
gonna
Oliva.
do
When
it.
it comes to accessories, this man is prepared.
That
Ready
man,
to
Because,
go.
because you guys, Oliva bought an accessories company
We
a
did.
few years back, right?
man, they are
The
beautiful.
Phenom.
And I got to say, your stuff. I mean, this lighter, there is no reason this should still be working, based on the abuse that I have
And
put
that,
it
and that
through.
was just a giveaway.
Yeah, and it works beautifully. I
Well,
love
it's
it.
because of the name Oliva.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Now, I've
Shouts
noticed
out
that
Oliva.
I've mistreated it enough that the name is beginning to fade. Once it no longer reads Oliva, will it still work as well?
I doubt it.
Okay. Good to know. I may have to paint it on
It's all
with
in the
like
name.
You're wearing
my
off.
wife's
Fingernail
nail
polish
polish or
over it.
something.
You're
yeah.
wearing off the mojo.
Speaking of mojo, Ian, what can you tell us about this beer as you're passing it out here?
Well, this is so Dragon's Milk. Has been around for a long time. I still can't read this; it's too small. Mm-hmm. So, but I believe it's.
It does have a
Michigan.
little dragon on it, though.
I'm trying to remember where in Michigan, but triple barrel bourbon, triple butchered bourbon barrel stout, bourbon
Okay.
barrel aged stout.
All right, so this
And,
should work well, I'm guessing.
So as
with-
far as I know, all the Dragon's Milk adjuncts that they have,
a little boozy on the nose, but not.
they
quite as
they all
strong as I
start
would
with
have
the
guessed.
basic Dragon's Milk stout, which is
Right.
fantastic. Mm-hmm. And then they'll do different things to it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let this cat out of the bag. I've already had a couple bottles of this.
This surprises me completely, not at all. Oh, wow. I just took the first sip. This is completely different than what I was expecting.
And the funny thing is the nose and the taste are both good, but they don't match.
And the nose is not that strong.
They're a little different from each other, right?
A lot of times with a stout like this, you get the big booziness on the nose and you kind of know what you're in for. This is a little gentler on the nose, but boy is it boozy when you taste
It's boozy.
it. Yeah.
Boozy on the tongue. You taste that bourbon, you taste that wood, you taste that oak, and the tannins from the wood like leave that dryness in your mouth.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Kentucky bourbon now.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a high proof.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that is high proof.
But I love this beer. I will drink this floating down the river. It's fine with me. You know, a lot of people are like, I don't drink stouts in the summer. I don't understand.
The hell you said.
It's always summer here anyway.
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to continue to drink this no matter what season it is. We'll be right back, wrap things up here at the A1 Cigar Lounge. This is Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It's show number 488 of Smoking and Toasting. Details coming soon on our very small 500th anniversary show. Because people always say our big show. It's going to be a small show, but
Small
be
medium,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah. The good news, we'll be trying some beers and some spirits.
That's
Probably
awesome.
smoking some cigars.
We'll be drinking some good beers because we're going to be at Copperhead Brewing.
Very good, very good.
in
Yes,
Conroe, too.
yes. The owner and I have made up, and we're going to have a fun show out of Copperhead for show number 500. Today we're at the A1 Cigar Lounge, which I have to say again, my first time in here. Love this place. I will be back. I'll be
and see
that
us.
guy that you're like, dude, it's time to close. Seriously.
But a good thing we don't close until 2 a.m.
Okay, well that's good to know. That's
Well, at
good
least
to know.
you'll be with me.
Yeah. All right. Good. That's good to know.
We're alligators.
I just want to say again, you had a bit of a tall order this week because on last week's show we did our O.H. Ingram barrel pick, and I'm thinking, oh boy, I don't know how another whiskey is gonna like hold up. This is holding up wonderfully. It's
fantastic.
This is an amazing, amazing whiskey.
I just cleaned my palate.
It's just it strikes me as being both very complex but very accessible at the same time. It's not something that you have to be like a, whiskey tater type dude to appreciate. But man, it's got such. I feel like I'm getting something a little different every time I'm tasting.
So, interesting thing, after drinking the dragon's milk, you take a sip of this, it turns the whiskey into a bit of a chocolate bomb.
Oh, I will try that. That sounds like a fun time.
It's really, really nice.
Fun time.
So I just went back to the beer after taking a sip of the whiskey, and that works really well too. It makes it even boozier, which, is something I think you would appreciate, Ian.
It actually paired well.
Yeah, it really does. And beautifully with the Oliva cigars. Now, I started with the Serie V. This is the Serie O that we talked about that we've both enjoyed so much. And both of these have been just really, I almost want to say just an easy pairing with this whiskey. Just a beautiful match.
And saving the master blend for later.
And saving the master blend for later. I got mine sitting right here. So, very exciting. You mentioned A1. This is your third year at A1 Cigars, and you mentioned opening a new location. Is that open now, or
it's
is
not
it
open yet? But another 3 weeks, we'll be open in South Dairy Ashford.
And
Dairy
that-
Ashford.
Dairy Ashford. So that's
Dairy
open
Ashford,
in-
where over by I-10?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Well, if it's as relaxing as this place, you're going to have another hit on your hands. Because
Appreciate it, yes.
The minute I sat down in this chair, it was like, all that stress melted away. That was before I even lit the cigar. So, really, really good stuff. Trenton, Oliva is like continuing to just like blow my mind with the quality of your cigars, and I always have Oliva cigars in my humidor, especially after we've done a show with you and give me one of these to take home. But no, I just appreciate everything you guys are doing. Your accessories, since you guys have bought the accessory company, are just absolute top of the line. I honestly don't know how you do it, because I have not had a single Oliva cigar ever in my life that I didn't love, and that's across your whole line. Because I think I've smoked just about everything.
And it's just consistency, and I can't take any credit for it. I just sell it. But we have great people, the master blenders, the high-tech people. I mean, farming has become high-tech.
Oh, it's amazingly
and this is
high-tech.
an agricultural
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Master Blends. Master Blends is an Oliva product, and is this your favorite?
It is.
Is it really?
It's a broadleaf wrapper, Nicaraguan filler.
I love it.
It's a rough broadleaf wrapper, but I love that, and it's just got the right amount of spice, which isn't too much, but it's bold and very complex.
Have you given any thought to retiring?
No. I've got a daughter that's 15. I got to pay for college, and
I was just wondering because I was thinking about, that'd be a cool
No.
job to apply for. Notice I said no before I even said the word cool.
my boss is
Because that'd be a no. That's a no.
It's not available.
Woodson bourbon whiskey available, you said, in what, 16, 17 states? Is
Yes,
that right?
sir. Yes, sir.
And people can find you online where?
WoodsonWhiskey.com.
Okay.
How many SKUs do you have? You
A
different.
lot.
Okay,
A
so you have
lot.
some different. Do you have a rye? Do you have?
We do.
Nice.
This got a nice little amount of rye in it right here.
So this
It's
means,
more of a 50-50
oh really? Okay.
rye
It's a
whiskey.
little spice. To
But
it.
with all the different variations,
I have to do a shout out. They have a cinnamon whiskey
We got a cinnamon whiskey as
that
well.
is phenomenal.
okay, so I'm gonna have to try that because the cinnamon
That's a
whiskeys I've tried
strange
before.
couple things to say together.
Yeah,
It is.
I've not been a huge fan. but
And so most people think of
Fireball.
other compared Fireball.
Yeah.
Blows it out of the water. It still tastes like a whiskey. It's very
We're
smooth.
a whiskey.
Very good. It
Yeah.
is very good.
Fireball is more of, liqueur, it's syrupy.
it's not even
all that
really a
good
whiskey.
stuff.
Yeah.
This
It's
is a whiskey.
not, to me, it's not the category. It's not the same category.
Well, I would just
We
say
just won with that as well. We just won the same competition. They won the best flavored whiskeys. We won
Really?
silver with that one.
killing it. You're
That's
killing
pretty
it.
awesome.
We
And
won
since
silver
you've
with
got
that.
so many different SKUs, so many different variations and iterations of your whiskey, I'd just like to say that the invitation to you to be on this show is an open one. Just anytime you want to come back and talk whiskey, we want to talk and drink with you because this is fantastic.
Perfect. Keep me in the loop.
Any last thoughts about Oliva? Anything you want us to know?
just get gearing up for the FIFA World Cup and watch parties, which we're in negotiations right now to schedule one here at A1. So we need to set the date, and Houston's going to be crazy this upcoming month.
When are your accessories available? Because I'm totally buying that Two Flame later.
They're in stores now.
Okay, awesome. I'll be looking for that.
And we didn't even get to the whole beer to bring to the barbecue thing that I had originally put up as one of the titles of the show, which means it's a normal show.
Well, Terry Bradshaw took that one over.
That's right, and well he should, and well he should. So we'll get to that on next week's show. I promise. We'll be in the studio next week, so we won't be enjoying cigars, but we will be talking about how much we enjoy.
That's
You're
true.
always welcome back here at A1.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
We will be back not only to do another show at some point, but we'll be back just to sit in here and smoke cigars until you throw us out at 2 a.m. Thank you,
With our
everybody.
gator.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week, you guys. We will see you next week on Smoking and Toasting. And until then,
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers. You can't win without the W, baby.